Hey, this is Amazon Jude, and I always get my best ideas when I'm sleeping, or I bet I do really good analyzing when I'm sleeping. And if what's going on down in Broward County cannot be the only one doing it, I think the Democrats had this set up, and they had truckloads full of ballots pre-filled out for the candidate in that state that they needed to win. Call me a conspiracy theory if you want to, but it just doesn't make any sense. Trump's rallies were huge. They were full of people in a lot of these places, especially like Arizona. And to have Kirsten beat Martha is just, there's something wrong. I think what they did is I think they set up these truckloads full of ballots, at least 2 in each state, to make this race close. And then they could always pump in these provisional ballots. Because you know what provisional ballots are, right, people? They mean that they didn't have the proper identification when they filled them out. That means that something was wrong with them. They weren't actually a real voter, something like that. And for these ballots to be showing up in all these weird places, I think we need to go back and go through every single Democrat that won their ballots. We need to relook at those. Then we need to instill, whether it be executive order or by the branch, voter ID law, and a question about your citizenship, and you have to provide proof that you are a United States citizen, not a driver's license, but a passport, a birth certificate, something that proves that you're a United States citizen before you can vote. Because I think that's what they did, is the Republicans figured out a way to beat the system because they knew they were going to lose. And secondly, I think that they needed to win this or they were going to be irrelevant. Their party was in trouble. They had no message. They sponsored really suck-ass candidates. And you notice all the ones that are going to be in charge of some of these committees won their re-election when they shouldn't have. Menendez. I mean, we're talking underage Brazilian hookers. Maxine Waters paying her daughter $200,000 to do mailers and then having money invested in Russia. God, Adam Schiff. He has his pal, Igor, O-G-I-O-G-O, or Igor of Ukraine, is a gun runner, an arms dealer, and that's who does his campaign parties at $5,000 a plate. All these guys have some really nasty shit in their past that came out in a lot of places across the United States, but thanks to Twitter and social media, blocking conservative people who were trying to give you this information, so you never got it and you went to the polls and voted. I don't think so. I think they had truckloads of ballots in each state waiting to do this, just waiting to do this, because they knew that if people turned out to vote, and they did, supposedly in record numbers. I don't think that's true either. Democrats usually don't show up to the polls in midterms. We've known that for years. But yet, these guys continue to win their seats. No, there's something wrong. And I would advise, I would like to see the FBI and the Department of Justice do an investigation into voting rolls and voting polls. Because I know for a fact Mitt Romney and Robbie Mook during the campaign for Trump, they were flying around the country. And Robbie Mook is Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. And I know Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan want to run in 2020 as partners